some
Testing,
analysis
testing.
here.
Can you guys hear
Oh,
me?
there he is.
Nice.
It's a
All
bit
right, so
quiet. There we go.
yeah, I'm in a silent strike today. I'm not
Is that what you're
talking,
into?
right?
He likes when
I'm not
she's quiet.
talking. I'm not talking. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me,
Yeah,
Alex?
yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm not talking until Bitcoin gets to 200K.
Oh, you're gonna be you might as well go on vacation and just not talk to anyone then.
Nah, just kidding.
Bitcoin's dead.
Oh man, Bitcoin's going to zero.
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
Yeah, exactly. Unless we get a massive
Alexa,
V-shaped recovery
play
right
some
now.
music.
Play music. What music?
No, just kidding. I thought maybe I get you guys Alexa to play out some music. But I do need to turn on my light.
Turn on the lights. Turn on the lights.
There we go. Oh man, I do need some coffee, and I got it here. Cold brew. Cheers. I heard you, so you also went going for it. Nice.
That's the one.
Oh man. Oh, nice. Ethan,
There's
what's
a
up, Ethan? It seems like he has a question. What's up, Ethan? How are
requested
you?
to speak.
So let's see. Well, what about today's trading day?
I got stopped out in one loss this morning.
Oh
I
man.
tried to get long, emotional trading, and
Right.
I got stopped out. We
Oh,
could talk about it here.
sure. I'm still waiting for OM to break out. I'm also stuck on Bitcoin and Solana, possible entry, maybe.
It should have been an easy day today, but I made it hard on myself. I got stopped out down in here on this wick here. So what happened was on the live stream here, we look here, we got VWAP coming in, double top in here, sweep of the high. Didn't really mitigate the high. I was looking for a little bit higher. Okay, we broke down here slowly, slowly, slowly. Didn't hit VWAP, hit the golden pocket retracement zone, double top, right? And then we came through here and we swept VWAP right here. Whoop. And we reclaimed. So I tried to get long here. My order didn't get filled. I was pretty upset. Looking to take it back up to the highs here. So beautiful sweep, bounce, continuation trade. Didn't get filled. A whole bunch of people on my live stream took the trade and made money. Then I went in FOMO here, and then I got stopped out here. Okay, so bad trading day for me. I'll look to see if I can trade the rest of the day, maybe make some of that money back. But right now, this is nasty, rolling over, right? Bouncing right now off of our golden pocket /786 area, value area low. So we got value area low locally here. Let's get rid of all this stuff in here. Our golden pocket down below in here. And looking for a push. I don't know if we'll get it, man. This seems pretty dumpster city, man. Lunar Beaches Crypto having a baby, man. My boy, what's going on? Congratulations, brother. Congratulations on the new child. That's awesome, man. God bless you. That's awesome. Happy days, man. Happy days. Super dad here, Lunar Beaches Crypto. Is that your third? I think that's your third, right? I ain't got to tell you. LBC's a super dad. Are you gonna have kids, OC, or what?
I want to.
Time's
To be honest,
ticking,
I want
man.
to. I know, I know, I know. That has to do with my living plan. I need to be autosufficient. Talking about electricity, water, and a little bit of food, and I'm on my way to do so. And after that, I plan to get a kid, and that is because if anything goes wrong, horribly wrong, because I'm to be honest, I'm a little paranoid this time. So I believe that we might have a little bit of a global financial crash within the next 2 years. So I'm going solar. In fact, as we speak, they're drilling my ceiling, installing solar. I'm doing 120, no, 110 times my consumption. Plus, I'm
He's
getting an
prepping.
electric vehicle. Yes. And I'm getting a water collection system. So once I get that, I think I'm gonna get ready for a baby. I do want it. I do want it, to be honest. I'm pretty. I
Awesome.
I need to convince my fiance still.
You can, oopsie. Sorry.
Right.
I'm kidding. I don't want to get you in
Oh
trouble.
man. No, she's not here yet, but this is gonna be recorded, so. Maybe.
Oh, no,
Oh
babies are
man.
cool, man.
Lucky deals,
Get you
not
some
ashes, dude.
some tequila. Yes, some tequila.
Oh man, yeah, that could be it. I'm spraying the seats with the Lucha Scooter says. Oh, see, are there a lot of charging stations in your area? Not too much. One in every mall. I think they're an issue in the U.S. There are an issue in the U.S. Why? There's too many or there too few? Charge at home. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
looking at Bitcoin right now,
mhm.
what's obvious, like, is that it's very, very choppy, very choppy. And I think what we're really looking for is tomorrow to be kind of the decision. Kind of, we have jobs, unemployment data coming out tomorrow, so everybody's kind of looking there, and me included. We had three white soldiers here on our 4 hour continuation and absolutely rugged everybody this morning. Asia pushed up overnight. Okay. And this just, this is basic liquidity. Obviously, I didn't take the short this morning. Should have taken the short. So that's twice now. I burned myself. Should have taken the short yesterday morning. Should have taken the short today. Uh, but I didn't. So reflection is always important. Just chopping around, buy low, sell high, right? In this range in here. Really a lot of indecision in the market, but very volatile whipsaw price action, right? Not really allowing people to to get a good clean trade. Obviously, this long would have been nice. This short would have been nice, but uh, we're chopping in the 3% range right now. Like I said as well, like if we are going to continue out of here, right? We failed first and foremost, we failed to make a higher high here, right? We just barely failed to make it. I was looking for a sweep of the highs and a rejection down this morning. Didn't get that, okay? Uh, I can see a little bit of a Adam and Eve, if we want to call it. That could break down, right? Into our key level that we have down below, still remaining to be 90, what is it, 95, 200. Okay, this area in here. Now, yesterday we did a double bottom. Okay, followed by like a big balloon dog, and the balloon dog actually threw up. Okay, it wasn't a good balloon dog. So for now, we can see that a little bit overextended, trying to hold the zero line. Let's see where our dynamic reactor is. Yeah, so there you go. 1 hour dynamic reactor rejection, quantum reactor rejection. 4 hour. Let's take a look here as well. Yeah, failing to get above the zero line. Very, very good sign of weakness. Choppy, right? So you have the bounce, you have the chop, you have the bounce, you have the chop, right? So in a very either, A or B, right? Like it's very 50-50 kind of roll the dice kind of trading right now. But as we said, we can very much isolate the range and try to trade this range bound. What I am looking for right now is a V-shaped recovery. I've taken like 5 scalps in here actually this morning, like really quick scalps after my loss. So here's my my trading so far this morning. So the loss, $300, right? 90, 120, 90, 70. So I've been scalping my way back into profits. But it's not a price action that I'm looking to take more of like a swing trade. It's not something where I'm like, okay, we can, take this here and look for that. Like I've literally made those last 4 trades within this price action right here, right? Like this. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. Really quick in here, right? As soon as there's like $100 on the table, I take it off. $100, take it off. Retrace back down, long, take it off, right? Long tier, okay? Quick trades. I could show you guys on my there's a way to show the trades on the trading display settings, order history. Yeah, here you go. Bing, 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 bing. There you go.
Nice.
Right? Buy, sell, buy, add, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Okay? Chopping it up, baby. So just be patient. I think right now things aren't looking too good, man. To be honest, like if we're looking at altcoins, we're looking for some sort of recovery. We were looking at our favorite token, Ethereum, and has fallen through here. Breakout retest failed, right? OC's favorite token. So need to be cautious here with altcoins. Altcoins clearly bleeding today, down 6%. To me, this gives me a little bit of hopium into tomorrow. If we're bleeding today, hopefully tomorrow we get good news. Maybe they're coming for that last sweep today and then we bounce. Okay. But yeah, everything's down right now. Buy when people are fearful, right? As they say. So a little bit of a break of structure in here, very choppy. Okay, so break of structure in here. I would look for a retest back into this area here and possibly a continuation getting above that dynamic reactor here. But right now, look at this. It's nasty, right? Very nasty. So look,
Good,
chop,
man.
chop, 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 chop,
Yeah.
chop, boom, right?
Boom.
So I would be very, very careful in here. I'm pretty much break even for the day now, so I'm probably not going to trade anymore just to kind of protect my capital. I think you say, "Oh, look, it's a cup and handle," and your cup spills, right, and it dumps. So be very careful with this. We look around the market. Same with look at Nasdaq, head and shoulders, rejection, whipsaw, right, all the way around here. Look at S&P, opens up, whips down, opens up. Nice constructive uptrend, but typically we're gonna come back for this stuff, right? Typically, look at this, right? Same thing, right? Same thing over here, all the way up. Recovered, recovered. Guess what? Recovered, right? So be
Yeah.
careful.
Oh man.
Trading liquidity on
Tomorrow,
the
by
way
the
up.
way, we
The
have
dollar
a
too is
revision of jobs, so that might be factoring in maybe the pullbacks.
revision tomorrow, and
Yeah.
unemployment.
Unemployment numbers.
Good fun. So it's gonna be a fun one tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the dollar is still holding this like 107 area. So for me, maybe toppy here, but needs to roll over. and dominance. I mean, here we go. Up again. Up again, right? Pushed out, bull pennant, breaking out, right? 62% already. I'm thinking we come for 66. 786. Okay? So, yikes is what I got to say for now. Is not looking too good in the market. I'd be patient. And it can change on a dime. Don't get it like I'm not trying to be like a bear. I'm not completely bearish yet. I don't think we're at the top yet. But right now it's pretty nasty. So it's like be cautious, you know, and don't over trade, right? I mean, I got stopped out on this wick down and then I scalped my way into a break even and I'm done. You know what I mean? So what I'm looking for is this to continue to roll, right? To roll over. Either we mitigate these lows in here or we come down for that golden pocket bounce level in here. 3 drives, right? I love 3 drives. So we can look 1, 2, 3. Bullish divergence, continuation, right? That's what I would be looking for. If I was to be a betting man, that would be my bet. Because this is, you know, range bound, we lose the range, we deviate from the range, we reclaim, we bounce out, right? Big trend line here. Can we get above that and out, right? So a bunch of things to watch. Obviously, the dump, the pump, right? This was the tariff news, and now we're trying to get out of this downtrend. So the problem too was we didn't take this high. Okay, we didn't get above, and now we're looking for a higher low. No, we're looking for a lower low now, right? Because we're looking for double top continuation down. We're not looking for this to bounce fully, right? It would be sweep, bounce, continuation. Looking for the higher low. That's where we're looking to get long if it presents itself. If not, we wait for a confirmation, maybe a higher low in here. But we need confirmation really, unless you're, you know, scalping it like I am. Right now, no trade. Okay. So be patient. I don't know what OC is saying. Probably a lot of the same. We'll see.
Yeah, a lot of the same. In fact, I'm looking for something that I want to show because it always amazes me how like different, but at the same, I like our perspective is. So let me bring up something that I always show here in the classes and also in the shows. You know that I love Wyckoff, right? And you were talking about your entry point as we sweep off the lows, right? For me, before I start calling it sweep off the lows, also because that's to be honest, that's a pretty slick name, my friend. I mean, I called it as a spring. Let me show it. Let me show it to you. But I always look for not to enter, well, not always enter into the spring because sometimes it will be that sweep of the low and we don't have an immediate support right there. But on the breakout retest right there on this one. So that amazed me that also you have kind of like a triggering after the sweep of the lows. But in a complete different perspective, same structure on the market. So that's being said. That being said, for the alumni or for here the members, it is that it doesn't matter where you're learning it, how you're learning it. The thing is that you learn it, right? Market structure. And then you start looking for those points of entry. You might coincide in many things. You'll see that how they pair equally. Also, another things I want to say is fuck Ethereum. And then moving on, Sotheria. Oh man, no, but I actually want to start looking for possible entries. I might give it a chance, you know, like that. Oh man, that Ethereum did not sit well with me, but we'll see, we'll see. I still like it. I agree. Fucking you, Buck. Hey, Buck, what's up, buddy? Nice, great to have you on my side, buddy.
I sold all my Ethereum, so I already said fuck Ethereum.
Love it. Oh man, love it. So there, yeah. First, let me give you a shout out here. I love that you ask questions. Also, I want to address something here. Man, I might be that friend that will tell you things that you don't like to hear, right? So just beware. I tell you with my heart because when I was starting, sometimes I needed to hear things raw as they are coming, right? Again, it's not that I'm right or wrong. It's just my experience based on my path and my success so far. All right. I could be wrong. Other than that, I will also give you possibly answers that you're not expecting from your questions. All right. But will also try to answer the question as I believe you're trying to ask it, if that makes sense. Like, for example, when I was younger and I started trading, I was like asking, like, how do I make more money, right? And nobody told me, like, it's not about how you make more money when you're beginning. It's how you hold your money and how you stop losing money, right? Once you rule out losing, you're good, because even closing at break even, that is a success. And I was like, I mean, if somebody would have told me that at the beginning, first I would say, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, right? But also I needed kind of like that explanation, like, all right, if you rule out losing, what comes naturally? Winning. But what do you need to concentrate on not losing instead of winning? Because you're covering your back, right? I mean, like, look at it like in a war. It's not how many you kill, right? Which we don't want to kill anybody, but that you survive the war, right? So when you survive, well, then, and the other guy died, right? Not by your hand, but whatever, right? Well, then that means that you win the war, right? So just trying to think outside the box. Haven't said that. Haven't said that. Too much explanations. Your charts are looking slick. Love them. I love how you organize them. Really liked it. And also want to resolve some questions that you said. Can you show more trading strategies with prime zones? Here's one of the first questions that I don't have a straightforward answer, right? And you may not hear what you expect. I don't have any other strategies. That's because, let me explain that. That's because it's not about one center indicator. If you remember how I answered your question on the public channels, for me, one of the epicenters of my trading strategy surrounds around predictive indicators. And one of the most powerful predictive indicators are predictive ranges. So that's why when you ask me how can I use them, in all of my examples, I give you predictive ranges plus order blocks, right? Or prime blocks and support resistance, right? Predictive ranges along this and this and that. And that is not because there are no other strategies. It's just that I'm sticking to what works for me. And yes, I do study this indicator so I can teach them, right? But as far as, all right, let me just pour on you a ton of strategies, I think that wouldn't be the best case scenario for you to learn them. I think I could better teach you how they work so your brain can, as a Lego piece, put it in place to where it give you the best results, right? Having said that, let's go over the usage of the prime blocks. So first of all, you need the latest versions, right? Market Dynamics Pro 337. Let's go in here. And guys, if you don't know where your prime blocks are, you just go lower in here and you'll see where are prime blocks. Where is it?
Down,
Prime blocks.
down,
There we go.
right there.
Thank you. And something else, he also, I think, I don't remember if you asked it or somebody else asked it, is there a tool that can show me higher liquidity or more important liquidity? Well, then the answer for that, it is no, but our indicators can be configured to show you lower, medium, and high liquidity depending on what you're looking for, right? And that is where your settings come into place. Let's just get started with 7, right? So let me click OK. And at this point, another thing that I gave you, and give you an asset right now, or any asset, guys, just throw in here. Any asset. The first asset wins, and I'm going to do a blind setup. No ETH. XRP. Yeah! We're turning you, man. We're turning you. Love it, love it. Let's do XRP, man. Also, fuck XRP. I love it, but fuck XRP. It's looking like shit, man. Yeah, I mean,
I think every coin is fuck it right now, except Bitcoin.
Except Bitcoin, yes. So here's a good example. Look at how well they're playing at this point. And if I could compare, not the theory, but the practice on how I use the order blocks, because remember, it's not really the theory, but how they work for you, right? I would use the order blocks as liquidity zones. Liquidity zones for me are hard bouncing areas. The issue with, well, not issue, but the point with liquidity zones, they are not predictive. They are past. They already happened, right? So you're not looking to create a predictive, you're not looking to create a liquidity zone. You're looking to bounce from an existing liquidity zone. The difference with prime blocks is that they're combining predictive and reactive. What is reactive? Already happened data that we're gonna reuse to know where in the future is most likely to bounce, plus predictive indicators, which is just like calculating how to win lottery, right? Or the lottery. You go watch which numbers have placed, where most successful places in the world has get the winning lottery ticket, and use that data to predict, to forecast where, when, and how you should be getting the ticket and which numbers to bet on, right? So it's using past data to predict uncertainty data. Does that make sense? So it's using a combination of both. So that's why they make them so powerful. Nonetheless, look at what we got right here, and we're bouncing from it. Here's where I start throwing things in the blender. Remember that I already have setups of things that work the best for me. And the same thing applies to you, right? So let's just throw in, for example, right here, the very first one. And by the way, another strategy that I totally forgot to tell you, and this is because both of them are new for me. It is my new layer, which is exactly this one. And I'm using pivots alongside prime blocks, which means prime blocks are gonna get you very nice areas of bounce, but also do not expect to be exactly accurate. Why? Because when you are using predictive data, you need a slack, right? Understanding that will be key to understand that you're not going to be pinpointing entry, but having a little bit of a wiggle room for your entry. Like, for example, right here, look at the previous pivot low, right? And then what we got, this area right here. So my entry area could be there, if that makes sense, right? And not only that, we were talking about it from before. This is my analysis from today in the morning. And why is that? Based on, what is this? Money flow POC, right? By the way, money flow POC, I always use it with support and resistances. Another important thing that Alex mentioned yesterday was maybe a couple of tips and tricks on support and resistances. Man, I have my heart divided, because we just launched, in quotations, we just launched the newer update, right? And before, I'd like to have my multi-time support and resistance on chart, midterm, and that's it. Whatever it had, right? But now, man, proximity guarantees me, even if I don't have a that big of a support in place, but it guarantees me to see which supports are like in the surroundings. Like, let me just take out proximity, and we'll see how these things change a little bit. Look at the eyes moving, thinking, and at this point, oh, I don't know what the hell is not showing anything. Maybe a bug. I don't know. Let's see. Shit, it did not play it out as I was expecting. Let's see. Maybe a bug. Maybe we found a bug. What is it? Multi-time support resistance. Resistance. Ah, man. Sorry. Like, dude, I just. Here it is, man. I don't know why I didn't see it. All right, midterm ranking data. Oh no, ranking data, line charts, midterm. It should be playing out. Ah, there it is. It just took longer. All right. So at this point, look at those. Those are the important support and resistance automatically, right? Automatically. The point in here, it is that you have a ranking data. Oh, do not remove that. You have a ranking data. So basically, you can also double click this, and I'm gonna just turn it on to show you guys how that ranking data works. I no longer need it, but let's turn on ranking data and move this out of the way. And look at that. Number one. What is number one? I don't see it, but it should be. Maybe it's hidden in here. Two. Well, whatever. Number one is the most important support and resistance in here, right? So you basically give it a level. So 1 through 5, the most important support and resistances. Maybe I have a support in here, but maybe in the ranking, it is 6th, 8th, or even 9th in the ranking data. So it's not such an important support. But when you add your money flow to it, well, both together have a little bit of strength attached to it, right? So initially, and that worked for me greatly, was discriminate low ranking data support and resistances, right? But now, since we've been moving erratically, I've been finding a lot of, look at that, just turning on ranking data and do proximity. And then let's just wait for that proximity thing to play it out. And based on where I am at, you see how that changed? That changed because regardless of the ranking, it is grabbing the point of where my thing is and looking for where is the next support and resistance. Oh, it's here. What is the next one? Oh, it's here. Where is the next one? Up in here, right? And doing the same to the downside. So basically, it's getting me the proximity, the most closest support and resistances from the price action. So that's why in my heart, it's a little bit split in there. Why did I give this whole explanation here? Because for me, that plays out a very important role on how am I going to be combining my Market Dynamics Pro blocks, all right? So just so you know that I like blocks with non-proximity support and resistances. Let me show you, non-proximity, all right? Why is that? Because I'm adding strength. Remember that prime blocks, they are areas where we found big reaction zones. Therefore, if I have a big reaction zone and I have a support, well then, guess what? That is going to be an entry point. Same thing here, POC, right? And big reaction point. Am I going to have a big reaction point? Yes, right? Well, at least that's what I'm expecting to have, right? So that's why I do not use proximity with prime blocks. But that's my case. Maybe for you, Cytheria, might be, you know what, better combine it with what is closer so I can have under or sub structure, right? Let me show you an example of how I calculate substructure. And this is going to be classic trading, all right? Let's go to something else that we haven't looked for a long NEO. Yeah, let's just clear NEO. Here, let's just remember that when we have a trend of whatever, right? The trend is the full movement, all right? And the substructure, it's what happens within point A and B to create the trend, right? So this is where breakout retest comes in place. This is where strip of the lows comes in place. This is where bull flags comes in place, so on and so forth, right? And one of my favorites, since I'm seeing it right here, going up the little hump, the higher one, the retracement with the flag, and boom, shakalaka, right? The one that I always show in Bitcoin. So that is substructure. By the way, if you like substructure, you can enable it in, where is it? Market structure, internal. Internal is your substructure, all right? Well then, let's turn on and throw in here my indicators right here. And for me to calculate substructure, that's what I do like. And I guess you guessed it, proximity. Why? Because I want to calculate breakout retest, all right? So let me click OK here. Let's just wait for it to play it out. Perfect. And I will be saying, all right, look at here. I have a reaction area, right? This is liquidity. This is a support. This is a previous low, right? So what am I expecting? Maybe sweep of the lows. Look at that. Maybe overshoot a little bit. I need to be careful when this bounce. And that's what I'm looking at. Substructure, maybe going in here, 2 candles, retracement, and going up. You see how am I predicting this? The substructure. Do I know it for sure? No. What am I missing? Order blocks. why am I using at this point order blocks and not maybe prime blocks? Because order blocks are dynamic, and that tells me where the interest of people is at the moment. Remember, they can change. So that's why I'm going to be turning this off and then going to something like volume or order blocks. Where they are? Where are you? There you go. Perfect. And now you see. Remember, I also like order blocks with predictive ranges. I see that when I go to a purple line, for me, purple lines are almost a standalone indicator, right? And I could be taking blindly the risk, knowing that it could be hurting me, right? There we go. Maybe a risk in here, so maybe the substructure might be faster. Soft order blocks mean soft rejection. So not this, but soft rejection. And what is going to be holding my soft rejection? Once again, look at that predictive math, right? And once we take this one, because we went in, we grabbed a soft liquidity, this is going to be gone. What's going to be the next one to act upon a magnet? As a magnet, this one. So as you can see, I'm calculating substructure here based on order blocks, support and resistance, so on and so forth. So this is where I don't like to stop just here. I have my substructure. My analysis, it's over at this point. But I can go into my layer and say, oh, let's just take a look at maybe that substructure. Is it might be playing out? Is it giving me a different thing? Oh, look at that. I have a prime blocking here. Maybe I could be shorting this time, and instead of calling out my shorting here, just calling out 50% out of the short and looking at what my oscillator is going to be doing ultimately at that zone on time when the price is there. Because this is a big reaction zone and it's independent from anything else, right? So as you can see, it's not that it's a strategy, but it's a tool that I'm placing above, right? Or above or below, intermediate to the right, to my left, depending on what the rest of my analysis is telling me, right? As you might see, and let me repeat myself here, please. It is, for me, one of my core indicators, and I'm not willing to change this because I am trading with my own money. Chart Prime is not giving me money to trade, right? So I need to do what it works for me the best. It is grabbing the best indicators that make the best click with my brain, right? In that case, my epicenter indicators are, first of all, you see them here. And that is trendy at 43 with max profit and dynamic reactor. That is core. What is the next one that you see completely being repeated over and over and over in my charts? Predictive ranges, liquidity zones, because this is the second time that you see liquidity zones, you see. Support and resistance, this is also the third time that you see support and resistances. And finally, my oscillator, right? And then everything else, it's a Lego piece that will help me improve my trading. So just to wrap things up, if you like order prime blocks, man, go for it. Go for it, right? Use them as a centerpiece of your master plan, right? And then use a layering system to start adding to it, right? That way, I know you might be limited on how many indicators you can add, but also if you have any sort of premium on your trading view, remember that you can do different layouts. So you can see Chart Param Pro Plus, unnamed, which is where I test unreleased indicators, plus screener, halving charts, and let me show you, I have a ton more. Look at that, right? Video, this is what I teach my videos for you, short videos for you guys. So I added remove stuff in here. Chart Param A, that was my best core when I started, right? JM, this is when I start trading, this is the strategy I use that has non-chart prime indicators and only free indicators. But the point is that you can experiment in one layout, and what it works, then you translate it to your current proven layout, right? Very clear. Appreciate your analysis. It's much more clean each day. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate that. Liquidity on 10s and prime block 7. All right, let's talk about the 7 there. It's not a setup number. I usually go for whatever it gives me, and then I fine tune it. Like for example, let's see on the 4 hours, and now that I know for sure that I like prime blocks, let's do that, right? Now that I know for sure that I like prime blocks, sorry that I repeat myself, but it's important. I'm gonna be looking for sensitivity. All right, 7. Let's take a look at what does, I don't know, something like I don't know, 20, just so my brain catches what it's doing. Is it increasing or is it decreasing the amount of sensitivity? So let's just take a look at here. It is increasing the look back period. Look at that. Look at how far back these prime blocks go. You see that? So at this point, my brain understands, right, that prime block sensitivity, it is not on discriminating important zones. It is talking about how far back I will be looking for those important zones, right? So let's go back in here and let's change it back to 7. And why to 7? Because I'm not interested to see what happened like a century ago, right? I mean, that's why I already have daily support and resistances, so on and so forth. But that's me. That's me. All right. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? 20. So I don't know. Maybe you can do 10 just to go slightly more behind, or so on and so forth, right? I just like to have it on 7. Differently. Let's click OK here. Differently from order blocks. This is my order block in here, right? This is my order block. And let's just change the order block. Where is it? Enable blocks. Show sensitivity. All, so only soft, only loud, only high. This is discriminating importance of volume, amount of volume per block, right? Or I can do only bearish, only bullish, or all, right? So basically, that's what I can do. Also attenuate, that also discriminate importance, and then show last how many pair zone I'm gonna be looking at. Like if I want to scalp, I don't know, in the 4 hours, and I need more, I can just basically go higher in here. I'm not going to because it's already fine-tuned for my taste, which, by the way, it is default, just so you know. Difference between order blocks and prime blocks. Difference is how they're made. Order blocks are taking order books, processing them, and looking where the volume of those open orders are allocated, and translating it to data on your screen. Prime blocks are a combination of volume allocation, which are order blocks combination. So we're using part of the equation, not the full thing. If not, that would be again just a copy and paste of order blocks, right? A part of the code, so we know where volume is being allocated, right? And then also we're using a little bit of predictive math, so we know what is most likely in the future to be allocated. So that's why they're being prolonged, right? And we forecast the area of volume allocation. And we also use part of the code of liquidity zones. Why? Because the important part of liquidity zones is not, it is that it's showing you where uncharted volume took an important role. That could be tied to, and I cannot tell you this for sure because I don't have an investigation of every single thing of those, but based on literature, right? Based on literature, we can predict that that behavior, which is unallocated volume, happens like in a snap, right? To move the channels or to move the price. Those are ghost books, right? Or ghost order blocks, or ghost, how do they call it? Ghost pools, which means somebody have a private allocation system, and whenever they get there, they put their position on that private server, and whenever the price hits something, it executes the order in either market or almost immediate limit order. That basically hides the volume from order books, basically creating, and there you go. Thank you for that, prime blocks. And that, thank you for that, Alex. And also, you got the video right there for the commercial explanation from those. So that was a little bit of a technical explanation. Hopefully that I don't know helps to understand how to use them and how to divide them in your trading space. Other than that, I've been talking for a long, long time. Alex, do you want to do some I don't know intervention here? Maybe start preparing for wrapping the class up. Let me draw my screen.
Yeah, so wrapping it up, right? For me, I'm actually looking for maybe a potential swing long right now. So just waiting for a change in structure. So really on Bitcoin here, looking at something like this right now. I've not entered yet, but 786 bounce level, obviously prime block below us here. So it's either we bounce from here. So what I want to see is higher high, higher low. Look to fire this off. Stop loss below this low here. Okay. Or we're going to continue to break down and then we're going to bounce. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. This creates a lot of liquidity, right? So we've come basically for all the liquidity within all these lows here. Now what are we doing? We're doing the same thing on the way back down, right? And if we're range bound, this is our low, this is our high. We want to buy the buns, right? So looking for a potential long down in this region. Now we just want to make sure we're going off confirmation. Okay, because if you wait for, if we look at the example over here, right, where even if you put a trend line down this thing, right, and you go long off of the confirmation of the break of the trend line, stop loss below the low, right? Very, very simple swing strategy. Okay, and you target to the high of the range, right? Very profitable trade, right? Nice trade, make your money, honey, right? Same with this. If you took this short on the way up from the low, connect the lows here, and we took the short from here, and we targeted the lows. Money, 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 right? So what I'm looking for is very similar, right? We go from the high to the low here, and it's very steep, right? So you probably want to wait for a higher low on this one, right? Because you can break this and still come down. Okay, so you probably want to wait for a higher low right here, getting long off of that break of structure in here and putting your stop loss below the low here. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Look at the volume in here, even choppy, 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 right? I mean, very, very nasty, chopping everybody out. So be patient. All eyes point till tomorrow. So we need to, just be level headed. Treat it as a range until proven otherwise. If we sweep down below, the key level that I am looking for is as follows, same as yesterday, 95, 300-ish area, okay? That would be the special level, okay? So we're looking there, but we could bounce out of here and potentially get a swing long. We'll just have to be patient and let it materialize. You could even set like a trend line, right? You could even set one like this out, set it like this, put an alarm on it, and just go about your day, right? Make a decision once it's crossed it. Because obviously it's very choppy right now. Probably not the best time to be trading, but a good time to be patient and set the trap and look forward to trading tomorrow. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here. OC is giving you guys the full rundown today. My God, you guys are spoiled. I always get to learn something too. I showed you guys with those videos as well, and all those the order blocks and how they work. And order blocks, I like to think of order blocks as a place where price pauses for big money to get involved in the market, whether it's long or short, right? So I always like to think, okay, this is where, price stalled out here, maybe for a continuation short here. Price stalled out here, but that's an interesting zone for price to return to before maybe continuing or retracing and continuing out. But it's a target, right? It's a target where price typically wants to go, and use that along the way. I use them quite often. This is a giant order block down below in here. Okay, so patience will prevail. Be safe out there. Use good risk management, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.